guys, it's Becca. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be reviewing one of my favorite books of all time, Becoming Alpha by Aileen Erin. I read this book a long time ago, actually. I loved it. I gobbled it all up. But this was the time where I didn't have a YouTube, so I couldn't really necessarily share it to you in the way that I wanted to share it to you. I have reread this book so many times because I love it so much. I read the first two books in this series, but then never picked up the remaining series because I kind of forgot about it. But I recently got the whole entire series in paperback version because I read them all, well, the first two on my Kindle. And I decided I'm going to review the whole entire series on this channel because I love these books so much. I adore these characters and I cannot wait to tell you guys about these books. Well, the first one in this video, because I just reread the first one, Becoming Alpha. 5 out of 5 stars. This book is one of my all-time faves. This book is about a girl named Tessa. Tessa has an interesting life, like way more interesting than my life. Tessa has this ability where she can see visions. If she touches anything, she can see visions from people that have touched it in the past. It's a gift that she doesn't like because she cannot control it. We meet Tessa when her family is moving from LA all the way to Texas. There she meets someone who inevitably changes her life, hopefully for the better. That's up for you to kind of figure out as you read the book. Tessa ends up going to a academy called St. Albie for werewolves. I know, this is a werewolf book, and I don't read werewolf books necessarily. A lot of the werewolf books that I have come across have been very cheesy and I just haven't really liked how they take the whole werewolf story on and they create the world. But in this book, I love and adore how this author has created this character, and I love our main character. I fell in love with her. She's so interesting and funny to read about. She's one of my favorite characters to read about. So if you haven't already could tell, I really loved this book. If you haven't already, make sure to go and pick it up and then come back so we can discuss it together. So that's pretty much it for the non-spoiler section. Just go read it. Like, I love it so much. This author deserves so much credit for this werewolf world that she's created. One of the best werewolf books, probably the best werewolf books that I have ever read. Guys, I just can't believe how much I love this book. I can't just process how much I love this book. Our main character, Tessa, is hilarious. Anything that came out of her sarcastic mind was just so funny, and I could not help laughing out loud.
She's very entertaining, that Tessa McCade.
I read this book all on my Kindles, my handy dandy Kindle. Like, this Kindle is my best friend. We've been through thick and thin together. Tessa's ability. If I had that ability, I think I would be as virtually closed off as Tessa is. She hates being close to any person because anytime that she skims their skin or touches any object, she gets flashes of visions without any control. It's because she's like a witch. Like, that's a witchy power. Her mother doesn't have the ability, but her grandma had the ability. So we just dove right into it, like within the first 2 chapters. Tessa and her brother go downstairs to her father's office and touch a few of the folders that her father is using when he's going to this new school because he's working at the Academy werewolf thing, which we never really got a full answer of why is he working there? Like, why? Like, I've read this book so many times and I still don't know why he's working for this werewolf academy. Hopefully we find out because I still haven't found out. When she touches the folder, she gets sent to a place where actual people who have touched that folder are talking and having a conversation. She's never been able to go to a certain place through a vision. There we meet 2 of my favorite characters. Number 1, Dastian Laurent. I'm not good at characters' names. I can never pronounce characters' names. Sarah J. Maas, if you read her books, I can't pronounce any of her names. So If you have a certain way that you say the characters' names in your head, just, just ignore the way I say it. Sorry. Dastian is just like,
wait, someone's here. I can sense him.
And Tessa's just like,
Wait. You can hear me?
Here, I can hear their voice.
and Mr. Dawson's just like, what? And that is our first interaction because she gets kicked out of that vision, which I was kind of upset about because I was like, I want some more moments with this Dastian guy. I need to know more about him. Come on, hello.
What is your number?
I love Dastian. I just loved him so much. Even though there was parts in the book where he was very dramatic and he would just slam doors and I would just be like, okay, you're gonna break some of those doors sometime. Dastian, you're a werewolf. Can you stop slamming the doors? It's really dramatic, dude. Although he was a little dramatic and he could be a little bit cheesy sometimes, I loved Dastian. I loved whenever he would talk French to her. I would like copy and paste what he was saying in French on my Kindle and then go to Google Translate and I would find out what he was saying. I'd just be like, oh, you're so sweet. So we meet him and we see him when she first moves into the house, and it's just, you can just feel the intensity of that moment when he looked at her for the very first time and they were in the same place the very first time. He's just like,
it's you.
Yes, it is. It's me. I'm your future werewolf mate. Hello. Nice to meet you. I'm Tessa McCade. How are you doing?
Then we go to the party and he kisses her and then he bites her. He runs away, kind of, and she turns into a werewolf. That part was intense when he bit her up into the point where she was in the hospital and then she had a fever of 108. Crazy, like what the crap. It seems like everyone in this town knows about werewolves. The people at the hospital knew about werewolves. They called it a code black, and the fact that they have a code about it, has this happened before? Because you guys are acting like this is a no-no and that this never happens, yet you have a code black? Like, sending some mixed signals here, hospital people. One thing that I just thought to mention, how many times did Tessa jump out of a window? Like, I feel like it was at least 5 times she jumped out of a window. I loved like all the characters in this book. Meredith, when we first met Meredith, I was just like, okay, this girl's gonna be my new like book best friend. Like, I love her so much. And even Mr. Dawson, like at first we were just like, maybe there's gotta be something wrong with this dude. But he was actually kind of a fatherly figure to her and to Dastian. I don't like calling him Mr. Dawson, so we're just gonna call him Michael. One thing I just really loved, I loved how the author had us go through Tessa's first day of school and everything was in detail. I loved this werewolf world that she created for us. We got to see Tessa's new environment. One thing that I was kind of jealous about is that she gets to eat like mountains of food and yet she doesn't even really gain a pound. Like, please, can I become a werewolf just so I can eat that much because I love food so much? One thing that changed when she became a werewolf, obviously she's changed because she's a werewolf, but her abilities changed. So she can kind of hear people's thoughts and their emotions, which I just thought was like really cool. The overall plot in this book was the vampires. And in this book, the vampires weren't cute little Edward vampires. No, they were gross, disgusting, and they smelled really bad. They were getting really close to the school, and if they got really close to the school, then they were gonna have to move the school, which they didn't move the school. Even after the vampires attacked the school, they still didn't move the school, which it was kind of weird because it's like you said, if they came too close, that we'd have to move the school, but they found us and we didn't move the school, so what? Tessa gets compelled by a vampire because she looks to that window, like, stop looking through the window, stop jumping out the window, just stop. And as he's kind of attacking her, she yells out Dastian's name, and Dastian comes running for his mate. He's like, I got you. At that point, this was kind of like the start of their relationship, the start of them getting to know each other. And then there's Imogene. Imogene just like ruined everything. He doesn't want to be your mate. He's already found his true mate. Why are you trying to break them up? Like whenever he would storm out of a room and slam the door.
Oh, I'm just gonna go check and see if he's okay.
Why? So fake. Like, I did not like her from the beginning. I kind of wanted them to kick her out of the pack because I didn't want to see her again. Tessa's just a leader. The way she talks, the way she stands up for everything, that some people will call that to be like an annoying character trait, but no, it's just the author showing you how much of a leader that Tessa is. Imogene gets to stay, so like now I'm kind of hoping maybe they can form a little friendship bond. You know, maybe they could be BFFs. Meredith does not have a mate, and she says she doesn't want to have a mate because she was cursed by witches. And so her wolf is suppressed inside of her. We meet Donovan, and that moment where they met was just so cute. I hope that they get together in the end. But we start talking about the inner wolf, and Tessa keeps suppressing her wolf. And by the time the end of the book, she still has not shifted. And I just wonder how many problems that is going to have. Speaking of mates, Michael, he doesn't have a mate. And he's older than he looks. He looks like he's in his 30s. First off, how old is he? Second off, where's his mate? I don't know. Seems a little fishy to me. Obviously, we knew Imogene's father was the one that was getting all these vampires to come to the school. It was pretty obvious. It was obvious that Imogene was helping her father get these vampires to the school. When Dastian and all the other werewolves get attacked and they get kidnapped, Tessa is communicating with Dastian through the vision, so she knows exactly where they are, and she goes and she finds her cousins that are witches. I love how we've set up this witch thing. So she's kind of like a hybrid werewolf. So she's a werewolf, but then she's also a witch. So she's pretty powerful. She's just not very in tune with her powers. Hopefully we get to know her cousins better. I loved how we have this group of friends. So Meredith, Shannon, which I did not like her, Adrian, Chris, we all go with the two cousins, and the two cousins give us these like weapons, and then we go to the cave that everyone is in. We fight together as friends, and like I just loved their friendship all together. I loved how they worked together to get everyone out of the cave. I love how whenever we had those serious moments, there's always those characters that are just so funny. Lightens up the mood. Meredith was one of them. Adrian was one of them. Chris was one of them. I mean, like, it was just like I loved every single one of those characters. I do not like Shannon, and I don't think I will ever like her. I'm hoping we see her cousins in the upcoming novels, and hopefully Tessa kind of gets like a reign on her witchcraft ability. Because apparently she was supposed to take up this coven. Like, she was supposed to be running the Texas coven. So yes, obviously I loved this book so much. I loved everything about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this book as much as I did. Make sure to leave a comment down below letting me know about your thoughts about this book. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!